Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am the Sipping Tea, and today I'm going to talk about the Eastern Alliance Cold War Object 120. It's going to be a bit of a different one this time, purely because, once again, this tank is not a premium tank. However, I do believe that now is a good time to talk about it, as it has proven itself recently to be extremely effective on the battlefield. So, without further delay, let's get into it. So to start things off, just briefly addressing the battle earn rate, because it is a tech tree vehicle, of course, it does not have any additional silver XP or crew XP earn rate, so they're all sitting at 100%, as is the norm, of course, and the free XP earn rate is just 5%. Moving on from that, then getting straight into the gun and what the Object 120 actually can do. So the primary shells, the main shells, have a penetration of 398, and the premium rounds have a penetration of 480. Both of which are capable of doing 850 damage alpha. You do have also the option of firing the high explosive rounds as well, of course. Now, these rounds have 150mm of pen, so of course significantly less than the other two, as one would expect, but the alpha damage on the high explosive rounds is 1100, so that is quite a lot of damage from an Era 2 vehicle. This is so far, I would say, the closest that the that Era 2 has to compare to the FV 4005, the British tank destroyer in Era 1. To finish off the gun, then, the standard reload time, so without any affecting factors, is 15.8 seconds. The aiming time is 2.3 seconds, and the accuracy is 0.34. The gun depression is only 5 degrees. Yes, there we go. It is Soviet, so, well, it doesn't look down. However, at 15 degrees gun elevation, it can look up. Really, from there, I would say, just sticking with the theme of the gun, the main weakness, I would say, of the Object 120 is it's not a terribly accurate tank, and I would also say that the reload time at nearly 16 seconds is punishingly long. Bearing in mind, of course, this tank came out before the FV 4211, and indeed in the earlier days of the FV 4211, around Christmas time of 2021, I do recall struggling a little bit with the Object 120, not really knowing at the time where to shoot the FV 4211, and indeed the gun not really being accurate enough to shoot in those confirmed weak spots like the lower plate. So yeah, that's the downside to this tank, but now that things have calmed down just a little bit since the release of the FV 4211, you actually have a whole myriad of different tanks to actually shoot at now. So yeah, the Object 120 is a joy to play. It truly is. Moving on then, let's have a look at the mobility. So the maximum forward speed of the Object 120 is 63 kilometers an hour. The maximum reverse speed is a little bit on the slow side at just 18 kilometers an hour. And the engine, it's a 12% fire chance, so with it being being Soviet, it does enjoy being dipped in kerosene before it goes out to battle, just to make sure that if it's going to catch on fire, it's going to do it properly. There's no half measures. You may as well really burn away if you're going to do it at all. The traverse speed of the tank is 38 degrees per second, which is okay for a tank destroyer of this size. Something that is key to mention as well, something that may well have actually put a lot of people off actually going up this line. Two things then, in fact. One is that the line does actually terminate in Era 2, so there isn't, at least for now, a Soviet tank destroyer in Era 3. So far, we've just got the pleasure of the Chinese one for that. And also, this tank destroyer has a fully traversable turret. So the other tanks in this line were only a fixed turret. So not everyone enjoys that. A lot of people do enjoy having a turret just to give you a little bit more flexibility as to where you can aim, and you're not so heavily reliant on the support of your teammates if a light tank suddenly comes along and starts to run circles around you, literally. Yeah, this tank, the Object 120, having an actual turret certainly does go a long way when it comes to just being effective on the battlefield and being able to defend itself. The tank does have a concealment of 0.25, which means that it is relatively stealthy, I would say. You can of course boost that with the necessary equipment, crew skills and consumables. I would say that the Object 120 is sitting just right in regards to its concealment. To finish off the vital statistics of the tank, it has 2,250 points of HP. I think that's okay. I must admit, however, I think given that the armor is exceptionally thin and it does have that very long reload, and of course it does struggle with accuracy, I do feel that maybe something to help keep it afloat would be to give it an extra 250 HP to make it around 2,500. That's my opinion on it, but of course no doubt everyone's going to have their own opinion on that. So from there, the equipment that I personally use is advanced loader, gun stabilizer, and vents. The reason why I use these pieces of equipment is because the two things on this tank that really do need to be addressed will be the reload time taking far too long and the accuracy. I've said that already. That is the Achilles heel of this tank. However, when you do hit a target and you hit it for, let's say, near the alpha, say you do a high roll and slap the enemy for 850, yeah, that is always a very satisfying feeling. To briefly address the crew skills for this tank, it's going to be very much the same as ever, I would say. So anything that addresses reload time, anything that addresses accuracy, sixth sense of course, but it may also be worth your while considering the camouflage skills if you want to play your tank in that style. As you can see here in the game footage, in terms of consumables that I have opted for, I'm going a little bit cash heavy on this one. I have two premium consumables in form of the premium repair kit and the premium smoke, and then finally I've also got just the standard med kit. Repair kit is as obvious, I think, as I've said before. It does allow me to repair more than once, so if I get tracked and I'm out in the open, I can safely use the repair kit without having to worry about not being able to, say, repair a damaged ammo rack later on in the game. And as for the premium smoke, it does have a passive effect to concealment, so that is one of the main reasons why I do it. But also, of course, if you find yourself staring down the barrel of just a few too many enemy guns, you can slap the smoke down and hopefully scuttle off to safety with no or otherwise minimal damage taken. In summary, I would say that the Object 120, if you don't already have it, then it is absolutely worth the grind. Once you get a decent crew on it to address some of the reload and accuracy, then this tank really can be an exceptionally good tank on the battlefield. Certainly, if you have seen one of these on the enemy team in any of your games and have been on the receiving end of it, then you will know just how deadly they can be. So yeah, this is a tank that is absolutely, I would say, worth your attention. The final notes, given that I can mention it for a tech tree tank, is that the silver cost to purchase this tank is 5,400,000. So not too bad. I mean, of course, it's Era 2, so it wasn't going to be ridiculously expensive, but yeah, very affordable and otherwise an exceptionally good tank. Well, I think that just about does it for this video. I do hope you liked it. Please do leave a like, a comment, and if you're not already, do subscribe. Tell your friends about my channel as well. It will help me get more subscribers. It will help the community grow. Do remember, of course, I have a Twitch channel. I'm on the cusp of actually going on Twitch a lot more often. I just need to sort out some audio bits and bobs on my new setup, and then we'll be ready to roll. I also have a Patreon. All the links for that are down in the description, along with my Twitter link as well. I do announce on Twitter each time I launch a video. So I hope to see you on the other platforms as well as here on YouTube. But until next time, thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.